temporary ceasefire between Armenia and Azerbaijan has begun following nearly 2 weeks of fierce fighting in the disputed Nagorno-Karabakh region. However, less than an hour into the truce, which came into force at midday, local time, each side accused the other of breaking it. Armenia and Azerbaijan also accused each other of bombarding civilian areas ahead of the ceasefire. The truce aims to enable an exchange of prisoners and the recovery of bodies. More than 300 people have died and thousands been displaced since the latest violence in the long-running conflict which broke out on the 27th of September. The two former Soviet republics Azerbaijan and Armenia have blamed each other for the latest outbreak of violence, the worst in decades. It was agreed earlier after 10 hours of talks in the Russian capital Moscow, and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the two countries would now begin substantive talks. However, Armenian Foreign Minister Zoraban Natsikyanyan later described the talks as rather difficult, and said Armenia wanted Nagorno-Karabakh to be recognized internationally as an independent state. Meanwhile, Azeri Foreign Minister Javan Bayramov said not enough pressure had been put on Armenia during the talks and the situation in Nagorno-Karabakh could not remain as it is. Azerbaijan expected to take control of more territory and the ceasefire would last only as long as it took for the Red Cross to arrange for bodies to be exchanged, he said. Turkey, which backs Azerbaijan, said the truce was Armenia's last chance to withdraw forces from the disputed territory. Russia has a military base in Armenia and both are members of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, CSTO, alliance. However, Moscow also has good relations with Azerbaijan. Armenia's defense ministry said Azeri forces had launched an attack 5 minutes after the truce had been due to come into effect, with ethnic Armenian forces responding. Azeri forces were also bombarding a town, the Armenian defense ministry said. Meanwhile, Azerbaijan's defense ministry said Armenia was blatantly violating the ceasefire regime, and firing into the Azeri regions of Terta and Agdam. However, Armenia denied this. There was also intense fighting ahead of the ceasefire. The self-declared ethnic Armenian authorities in Nagorno-Karabakh said Azerbaijan fired missiles at civilian neighborhoods of the main city, Stepanakert, while Armenia accused Azeri forces of intensifying drone strikes. For its part, Azerbaijan said Armenia had shelled populated areas near Nagorno-Karabakh and said it was returning fire. On Thursday, Armenia accused Azerbaijan of deliberately shelling a historic cathedral in Nagorno-Karabakh. At the same time, Azerbaijan said that its second-largest city, Ganja, and the region of Goranboy had been shelled by Armenian forces, with at least one civilian killed. Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan warned of a genocide in the region. The clashes have displaced half of Nagorno-Karabakh's population, about 70,000 people, officials said. Stepanakert has suffered several days of shelling, with residents sheltering in basements and much of the city left without power. Armenia and Azerbaijan went to war over Nagorno-Karabakh in 1988, eventually declaring a ceasefire. However, they never reached a settlement in the dispute.
Amnesty International has reported the use of cluster bombs, prohibited under international law. We know even less about the pure military engagements, but it is certain that many young conscripts are dying in fierce battles over small pockets of territory. In parallel, an intense information war is fought on television and social media. The toxic rhetoric of this conflict, in which each side dehumanizes the other as fascists and fanatics, fuels the conflict. It seems to be aimed not just at the other side but at the few brave voices in the region who advocate for peace and dialogue, and their international partners.
Subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with the ongoing conflict.